Every show needs a memorable start that makes you want to find out more, and the opening scenes in these crime drama TV shows are particularly exciting. While sitcoms and dramas should also introduce the main storyline and characters, crime shows have even more information to explain, or at least hint at, in the first scene. From the black and white opening sequence of a beloved show's prequel to the first season of an HBO anthology series about detectives, there's so much to appreciate about how these crime dramas set up each story. And after learning more about the people and premises, we definitely want to keep watching. Sneaky Pete, 2015 to 2019. Desmond Harrington, Giovanni Ribisi, and Joseph Lyle Taylor in Sneaky Pete Season 2. The contentious relationship between Marius Josipovic, Giovanni Ribisi, and his prison cellmate Pete Murphy, Ethan Embry, is clear in Sneaky Pete right away, as Marius pokes fun at Pete's sweet childhood memories. When Pete calls him a con man and Marius explains he's a go-getter, it's a perfect piece of dialogue that hints that Marius will pretend to be Pete. Sneaky Pete could have shown Marius as Pete and then backtracked, but this narrative choice is clever. Since it's too early to truly feel for Marius or agree that he's doing the right thing, we're left wondering who he is, and that leads to the show's ultimate question about his search for self. The nod to Pete's childhood also works since it suggests a more innocent time that Marius seems envious of, which makes it easy to be curious about what he really wants out of life. Good Girls, 2018 to 2021. Beth, Ruby, and Annie sitting together in a diner in Good Girls. A crime drama about three mothers who rob a grocery store to try to change their scary financial situations has to show you the heist, and Good Girls gets right to the point after some brief setup. After showing Beth Boland's, Christina Hendricks, chaotic morning at home, Annie Marks, Mae Whitman, and her sweet relationship with her child at school drop-off, and Ruby Hill, Retta, cheering her daughter on for making a feminist school presentation. Then, as they wear masks and arrive at the supermarket, it's shocking to see them go through with their plan. Good Girls ensures that viewers know the three main characters are good people who want to help their families, especially Retta, whose daughter is wearing a breathing tube that hints at her illness. It also plays with questions of morality, and it all starts with this great opening. Mindhunter, 2017 to 2019. Jonathan Groff as Holden in Mindhunter Season 1. The Netflix crime series Mindhunter could have started with Holden Ford, Jonathan Groff, interviewing a serial killer, or some stats about the history of criminal profiling. Instead, it tells us what we need to know about Ford's past and his journey toward working for the behavioral science unit of the FBI. When Ford calmly walks toward a terrifying scene where a man has taken someone hostage and is likely hoping to kill them, we're not sure if he'll save the day or be harmed himself. We then find out that he started his career after this big moment. Ford is introduced as a tough, thoughtful character who wants to help people, and we also quickly realize that his line of work means he's most likely always going to be in danger. Better Call Saul, 2015 to 2022. Gene working at Cinnabon in Better Call Saul's pilot. The Breaking Bad prequel opens with employees working at a Cinnabon cleaning up, spreading frosting on the pastries, and helping customers before revealing Bob Odenkirk's character behind the counter. There's no dialogue, just the Ink Spot song Address Unknown. It's a quiet, beautifully crafted black and white scene that then cuts to the character almost crying as he puts on a VHS tape of a commercial he made as attorney Saul Goodman. This excellent scene shows what he's doing once Breaking Bad is over, and we learn he's renamed himself Gene Takovich. From this scene, it's obvious Odenkirk's protagonist will likely never stop running and hiding from his real self, and we know it's going to be a thrilling ride to see what he does next. Dexter, 2006 to 2013. Michael C. Hall as Dexter Morgan looking deep in thought in Dexter. How do you begin a show about an unlikely serial killer? A grim and violent murder should be shown to set the somber mood, which is what Dexter does in the pilot episode's opening scene. As Dexter Morgan, Michael C. Hall, drives through his city of Miami, he says, "Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again and again. Has to happen," which adds some mystery. Once he mentions he's hungry for something different, you're hooked and have to find out what he means. When he kills a pastor and it becomes clear that he kills people who have committed murder, it's clear that Dexter will be an unsettling story about whether he can keep his own crimes a secret. Of course, most know the premise by now, even if they haven't seen the show, which ruins the surprise. Still, it works either way. Bosch, 2014 to 2021. Harry Bosch, Titus Welliver, in his car looking out the window serious in Bosch. The start of Bosch explains Harry Bosch's, Titus Welliver, bond with his partner Jerry Edgar, Jamie Hector, and the rough investigation he's still recovering from. After seeing the partners sitting outside a house, they follow a man in his car, which results in a death that wasn't supposed to happen and Bosch being sued. The Prime Video crime drama then moves 2 years in the future, as Bosch is working in the field again and dealing with this trauma. The first episode's criminal case also involves a kid's bone, which lets you know the show can be brutal at times, but it'll always be a smart exploration of Bosch's work life. Ozark, 2017 to 2022. Marty Beard, Jason Bateman, looking surprised as he stands in a dark room in Ozark. A show about money, family, and how every move you make can lead you down a dark or a lighter path needs a more compelling opening than simply showing a crime. Ozark succeeds by sharing a thoughtful meditation on the meaning of being poor versus being rich, thanks to a voiceover from Marty Beard, Jason Bateman. Marty talks about the American dream and how many people struggle to save for retirement or pay off debt. When it's revealed that he's speaking to a couple as a financial advisor and then goes with his boss to look at a fancy new office space, you quickly learn he's not content with his life. A dream scene of a family dinner scene, along with him sitting in a car with a sex worker who acts as if she's his wife, conveys Marty's boredom. By the time you find out Marty makes money working for a drug cartel, it's the perfect setup for his family move to the Ozarks, where he'll become a full-time criminal. True Detective, 2014 present. Rust and Marty at the crime scene in True Detective Season 1 Episode 1. Season 1, Episode 1, The Long Bright Dark of True Detective finds Marty Hart, Woody Harrelson, and Rust Cole, Matthew McConaughey, giving statements about the murder they solved. Rather than only showing them discovering Dora Langer's dead body, which kickstarts their time finding True Detective Season 1 killer, this is a smart way to share their brash, honest personalities. As Marty jokes, "You don't pick your parents and you don't pick your partner," he agrees that Rust is an odd person, which draws you in and makes you wonder what that means. It's a strong scene that gives all the key information, making it clear this will be part crime drama and part engaging character study about two broken men.